Hi everyone, I'm Chris LaFont, and this is Movie Time with Chris, the channel devoted specifically to movies, movie trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie birthdays, with a few other special videos along the way. Now, hey, if that sounds like something that you're into, if you love the trailer reactions, if you want the movie reviews before you check it out at the theater, or if you just love movies, subscribe to this channel. You're going to get all that great content and then some. Today, we are going to be doing a movie review of 1997's The Fifth Element. This was actually requested by Dark Fox 3016. Yeah, Dark Fox 3016. Had to make sure I had the number right. I told him, hey, give me like a day or two and I'll have it up. So here it is. So the movie was directed by Luc Besson, who did Leon, the Professional. He did Fifth Element. He also did Lucy. And this movie stars Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, and Gary Oldman. As I said, the movie came out in 97. It was a summer movie. It was May 9th, 1997. This movie was released. And, you know, it did all right opening weekend. I think it did actually, in comparison, it probably didn't do that good opening weekend now that I think about it. I think it did like 17 million opening weekend, but this movie has a following. It's a cult classic at this point. It's a very interesting, unique story in that it's something I've never seen before. A story about how there's basically like this evil in the universe that shows up every 5,000 years. And, there's this species that are going to try to stop it this time. So they come to Earth, they get these stones of the four elements, and they kind of have the key to the fifth element. And, so they come to Earth in like 1914, and they leave it with an archaeologist, priest, so to speak, the key to the fifth element and the knowledge on how to stop this evil. They know it's going to come, but it's within a 5,000 year time span, so you don't know the exact date. So for them, it's just, here's the knowledge, pass it on so that you're prepared for it. And time goes by. The movie takes place in like 2263 or something like that. And, they're still preparing for this great evil that now is showing up in the form of like a planet or star, I guess you could say. And because it's now coming up to that time, they take the key that was left to them and basically put it in like an incubation chamber and create the fifth element or the perfect being, which is played by Mila Jovovich. She plays Lilu. And she cats. She escapes from the chamber, she escapes from the building, ends up in Bruce Willis's cab. Bruce Willis is playing Corbin Dallas. And, ultimately their fates are intertwined. They're meant to kind of be together, so to speak. So he brings her to the priest, the current priest that has had the knowledge passed down over the centuries. And, he goes about his business. They kick him out, he leaves, and he goes home. And then he's recruited by, the military. He was a major in like special forces. He gets recruited back to help them because the great evil took out like a whole fleet of ships. So he comes back. He ends up at the airport. He ends up bumping into Lilu there. They go together as a couple onto this Lost in Paradise ship, and it's all meant to be because they find out that the other stones that were obtained back in 1914 are on this ship with the opera singer. So there's everyone's kind of vying for these stones. The great evil has communicated with Gary Oldman, and Gary Oldman has sent his hired guns, I guess, to retrieve the stones. He goes to retrieve the stones. The priest is there trying to get them. Bruce Willis is trying to get them. So everyone's trying to get these on this ship. So obviously, great action scenes that take place here. And you don't miss out on any humor with that because you've got Chris Tucker in the movie playing like a radio host, and he definitely keeps that humor up throughout all the seriousness and gun battles that are going on. But the movie, I think, is amazing. um I'm not going to give away the very ending in case anyone hasn't seen it. If you haven't, you definitely need to check this movie out. But I was in the request for this film, I was asked if I think it needs a sequel. And originally, I like firsthand, I was like, no, it doesn't. But after thinking about it and thinking of the actual storyline to this, this great evil shows up every 5,000 years. So, yeah, we could definitely do a sequel to this. It would definitely be very sci fi because it would have to take place in like 72 something. But it, it could definitely get a sequel. Obviously, you wouldn't bring back the same actors, so you could recast a whole new group and still call it, The Fifth Element 2, whatever. But this is one of those that it. If you do a sequel, it's okay to not have the original cast because it fits in with the story. And again, it would have to be very sci fi, so you're already going to get a base for that. You're going to get the fan base for the first one because it is such a cult classic. I think if they did a sequel, it would probably be better than it would do better than the original on its opening weekend. But hey, I'm not in Hollywood. I'm not creating movies, unfortunately. I guess for the time being, Dark Fox, until they, decide to come around with this, we're just gonna have to settle for all the remakes that they just keep doing and the same stories over and over again. But I do agree with you. This is a great movie. It was very unique. It's a cult classic. And, again, like I said at first, I didn't think it deserved a sequel. Not that it didn't deserve. I felt that it ended where it was. But again, after having gone back into it and looked into it for this film, or for this video, I should say, you know, I think a sequel would be good for it. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, you guys can find me on Instagram, Movie Time with Chris, where you're going to see the little snippets of things I've already uploaded, things I'm working on, things I'm going to be uploading. I like to call that the trailer to my channel. So check out the Instagram. If you like what you see, come back to the channel and subscribe. You're going to get all of that great content and then some. And I like to say and then some because I'm here for you. So if there's ever a question that you guys have, a video you want to see, a topic you want to hear about, you guys can always email me at movietimewithchris@gmail.com. I'm going to check that email multiple times a day. I will not miss your message. And I can guarantee, just like with this video, that whatever video you want to see, the topic you want to hear about, or the question that you have will definitely appear in a future video on this channel. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, share the video with your friends. Please be sure to subscribe. And until next time, take care.